and more fun at Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Visit MadisonX.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today. It's Game 2 of the NLDS series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs tonight. The Brew Crew took it to Chicago in Game 1, winning 9-3. Milwaukee chased the starting pitcher for the Cubs, Matthew Boyd, after just 2/3 of an inning, where he gave up 4 hits and 6 runs in game number 1. Again, that was a 9-3 victory in game 1 for the Crew. First pitch tonight for game 2 is at 8:08 p.m. Coverage will start at 7:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Madison's new home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. The starter tonight for the Brew Crew is expected to be Aaron Ashby, with then Quinn Priester coming out of the bullpen. And an update on Jackson Churio, he is still listed as day today after that hamstring injury.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Matt, you I don't mean this in a mean way, but you kind of look like your dog.
Moose is a handsome dog. So
you have beautiful
no
dogs.
offense taken.
What is going on with the hair right now? Oh my God.
What's wrong with it?
Flock of Seagulls type haircut here, Ryan.
He looks fully like Johnny Bravo, if you guys know that cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
my
think you're
gosh.
as jacked as him?
No.
Oh.
No, Johnny Bravo is all upper body. He skipped leg day, though, and I don't do that.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Rutledge and Hamilton. No, it is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light at the Mountains of Blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio. Molly Brown, see, I told you folks, she went on a different vacation than what I went on. She is not back yet. I am back alongside the gold-panted Matt Hamilton. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Matt, why don't you stand up and show us your pants? Matt got a, all right. There we
There
go.
you go. Pop the hips, Matt. Come on.
There you go. That's Olympic athlete Matt Hamilton there doing his gold pants dance.
Yeah, what would you call it? Is that a sway? I don't know if I call that a dance.
It's like a move in a dance. It's like
It was
just
a
a
da- it
part
was-
of the
Gyration?
dance.
Gyration.
It was a dad dance.
Dad dance.
Yeah.
Dad dance. There you go.
Dad chaperoneing a dance.
Yep. Plant
I'm
your
a man.
feet,
Hamilton.
sway your hips. No reason to go. No reason to do anymore.
That's how the gym teacher dances, yeah.
Yep.
Primetime Lorsheim behind the glass. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carl Talking text line. This is more. The Brewers are up on the Cubs 1-0 in a best of, well, it's a 5-game series, best of 3, so they only got to win 2 more here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And first pitch is 8:08. Pregame starts 7:29 here on ESPN Madison. And the Brewers shellacked the Cubs. And I kind of expecting the same. I mean, I think it'll be
Well,
bad.
Jim, first of all, what was the experience of Game 1?
I'll
like
get there.
for you?
I'll get there in a second. So
Come on, I want all the details of how you consumed that one.
here are the details. I didn't consume it.
What?
I was watching. I had the Badger game on. I was listening on the ESPN stream and listening to Mark Kestecher and Kelly Stoffer on the call. Ian Fitzsimmons as the sideline reporter. So I was listening to that game. Then the Cubs Brewers game started. I looked down. I see Michael Busch started it off with a home run. Then so we're camping. So right around this time, trick-or-treating started at 1 o'clock, a bit early, and also on the sun.
Whoa. Wait, trick-or-treating on October 4th?
Well,
they shut down the campground before then. So you got
so a lot of
get your trick-or-treating in
a lot of
early.
campgrounds will do the trick-or-treating earlier in the year. They usually do 2 at this campground, so we had to take the earlier one because the next 2 weekends the Badgers are at home, so I can't make it. So this was the weekend they could do it, and so they were doing hay rides, all this other stuff. So I'm trying to keep up, and they're passing out Coors Lights and other drinks to people as you're doing trick-or-treating with your kids. So it's a good time.
Nice.
And
Do you have a little bag or like a mini cooler that you like go up and like trick or beer?
Right. No, there's like, parents, come up, we got drinks for you. So they kept on you just doing a bunch of shooters or drinking Coors Light or whatever it is you wanted to.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
then the parents pass out and the kids eat candy and hope that the parents hope the kids don't wander away from the
I was going to say, who passes out first, the kids from the Sugar Rush or the parents from the Coors Lights?
parents from the Coors Light.
Yeah. It's that heavy?
It's a lot of drinks.
The
in a
last 2
short amount of
years, I've
time.
had Coors Light at my house for parents that were chaperoning their kids on
What
Halloween.
the heck? That was never a thing when I was a child. I've never once seen parents ever do that. You guys were cool parents.
Well, my neighborhood, like the dads always volunteered to take the kids trick or treating because they always had like their little flasks or
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Usually it's not it depends. I mean, this year with how hot it was, it probably will be a Coors Light, but a lot of times it's some sort of maybe a little dancing goat or something like that, mixed in with a coffee or an apple cider or something like that as you're walking around.
When I was young, I remember distinctly trick or treating, and one of our neighbors who was like way over the top, like dressed up like a scarecrow, had like hay in his shirt, and was just sitting still on his stoop.
Yeah.
And being the young, boisterous kid that I was, I always wanted to be the one who got to go ring the doorbell. Like, it was always a mad dash for the doorbell.
Okay.
Well, my neighbor Hannah, my age, also, she was a little leery of the scarecrow. So she hung back by Dad. And when I rang the doorbell and waited for a second, he did one of those like jump scares. I bolted. I hopped this bush and was like gone. Hannah jumped, and Dad had a beer in her hand, and she was a princess that smelled like beer the rest of the night.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So that's the price you pay when you go trick or treating with Dad. So
Yeah.
it is funny. The moms, in my experience, have not done this. My wife doesn't do that with her friend. They just go out and it's not like we get hammered. It's just.
From the sounds of it, at the campgrounds,
Well,
they
the
are.
campground, yeah.
Campground, different rules.
Yes.
Well,
What happens
You
at the
got nowhere to
campground?
go.
Yeah, you're not driving anymore.
Yeah.
You and the kids are gonna just sleep it off midday and
So,
rally back the rest of the night.
okay, so then really peeking behind the curtain then now, pulling back the curtain,
Yeah.
I should say, is that you sent us a photo on Saturday night of campfire nachos.
Yeah.
Of like the last ones of the year.
Yeah.
How good did those campfire nachos taste?
I mean, they always taste good. But at that point, again, this was like the trick or treating was like 12 to 1:30. Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
like,
so that's a power hour,
yeah.
Jim. Oh
Then you rally
gosh.
back, you pass out, you wake up, you go to the beach,
Yeah.
you get yeah. There's a beach there.
He
There's a
was probably
Wow.
fully recovered from the hangover by nacho time.
Yeah,
He was
absolutely.
already over it.
Yeah.
He's
like,
ready to
hold
start
on,
drinking
Midday
again.
hangover.
It was like another
classic.
It was like another day. It was like a completely different trip. So
3-day weekend or 4-day weekend for you on
Yeah.
a 3-day weekend.
So when I woke up, no reason to check in on the Brewer game. I
Fair
literally
enough.
saw Michael Busch hit the home run, and then I after a little bit of trick or treating, I peeked down. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll flip on the game. It's like, no. All right. I did see somewhere that Nico Horner had an error, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, that's the ball game because he's a Gold Glove second baseman. So if he's committing errors, there's still. The Cubs famously, when they clinched their wild card spot, clinched the spot in the playoffs, they lost 4 in a row because I swear it's because they had such a big party after making the playoffs. They were so hungover. They had a huge party after winning their series against San Diego. I'm not giving an excuse because the Brewers are better, but
So wait,
the Cubs played like they were hungover. I'll tell you that.
Who was more hungover around 2 p.m. on Saturday? Jim Rutledge with the Cubs.
Cubs. The
Cubs, yeah.
Watch them play. Which does. I want to get to the game in a second here, but as we were trick-or-treating, I do want to ask this question kind of just out there for everyone. I know it's a little early, but since I went trick-or-treating on Saturday, and we're walking around, and there was so much random candy that we were talking about that you just get but you never buy. So 844-770-3776, Carl Talking text line, this is more. What's the most common piece of candy that you have regularly but you never buy? Like my daughter likes Almond Joy. We thought like Tootsie Rolls, Smarties.
Smarties, yeah, for sure.
You just have them. I've never bought a Smartie in my life.
Have you ever bought $100,000 in your life?
No.
That sounds
Yes.
pretty ironic, actually.
Yes.
You bought 100 grand.
Solid candy bar. Yeah.
I mean, what?
Absolutely.
It's like 8th on the depth chart.
Oh, yeah.
to your point,
sometimes you just vibe a candy bar, and 100 grand is different. You haven't had it
just
for a
there.
while.
That's just being difficult. You're
Yeah.
right. That's a good one. Like, that is high on the list of candy bars that are never bought. Because candy bars that are bought are like Snickers, Butterfinger,
Twix.
Reese's,
Twix.
Twix.
You get Heath bar, but you'll buy a Heath bar.
Yeah.
Heath
Crunch
bar's good.
bars. Crunch bars. Ooh.
Yeah.
Get-
Yes.
A Crunch bar?
No, I haven't bought
Oh,
a Crunch bar in a long
top
time.
tier.
That is absolutely a candy that I get it because someone bought like the Hershey's variety pack.
No. Crunch
Yeah.
bars are a go-to for me.
I mean, we already established your night job, so that shouldn't be weird for
so
anybody.
honestly, so as I was thinking about it, so when we do s'mores with Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh.
Yeah,
but I
'cause
was wondering,
Hershey's is mid, at best.
Yeah.
yeah, can we all just take a moment to embrace that we live in an era where the Hershey bar is not the gold standard for a candy bar? Because for a while it was,
Like the 1900s?
right? And it is, like that's a bar where I'm like, I mean, if I have to, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's like Cheerios for breakfast. It's like,
I
oh,
like Cheerios. Or
Yeah.
no, you know what? I like Honey Nut Cheerios. So you're
Exactly.
Yes,
Just plain
yes.
Cheerios.
Something
That's what it
needs
is.
to be added to a Hershey bar to make it worth its
But
calorie
I
intake,
can't remember the
basically.
last time that I've had a Hershey bar at all because I'll do the Reese's peanut butter cup with the
Right.
with the marshmallows too. So I don't ever have a
Sounds
Hershey
elite,
bar.
yeah.
So a Hershey bar behind my list of candy bars that I never buy that are just around the
Yeah.
house.
Ryan,
Yeah.
you seem like one of those guys where if you bought a Hershey bar, you just like bite into it. You wouldn't even break off the squares. Just
Well, I mean,
bite, full bites.
no, come on.
You breaking the squares off?
What do you think I am, a savage?
No, I think you're a serial killer.
Okay, well, you're right about that. But no, I crack them off for
Okay,
the
okay.
for the Hershey bar. But usually, whenever I get Hershey, like I've never once in my life bought a full size Hershey bar. I've only got like the miniature ones that come in bags and that you would get like as like one of 5 things when you reach into the bowl for Halloween.
I will say I can't say I don't buy Hershey bar because we will buy those if I know there's going to be some s'more situation. Because obviously the Reese's seems like a better play.
Oh, it's so good.
Maybe my wife is a purist and she just wants to do Hershey
She
bar.
might not know
Nostalgia.
about it.
Yeah, she might. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because,
I wish.
but honestly, we've tried. I'm trying to think. Someone suggested a different one. It wasn't as good. A
Crunch bar?
if you like a Crunch bar, that might work for you.
That would work because
You already get the crunch from the graham cracker. What do you need?
But if he's a fan of it, though, he might like it.
the Crunch bars have a slightly different flavor too. Like they have the Rice Krispies in them too, which is why they're Crunch bars. But they
top
are.
tier candy though.
It's my go-to.
I mean, you can't. I mean, if that's his taste, that's his taste.
Yeah, I don't want to yuck your yum, but
Okay,
ew.
Mr.
Oh,
100
you your yum. I won't yuck it.
Mr. 100 grand over there.
100 grand's 100 grand times better than a crunch bar.
Take that for data.
I would imagine from net sales, the Crunch Bar crushes the 100 grand.
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. About
I'm
that.
not saying that's a definitive decider of taste. I'm just saying that I would imagine that the Nestle Crunch Bar crushes 100 grand. Just like the Brewers crushed the Cubs on Saturday. I'll get my days all mixed up. So the game's tonight, and it's wild to see and exciting. I'm happy for Brewer fans how excited they are and like how amped up they are for the possibility of. You guys can jump in on this. Is it beating the Cubs or just moving on to the NLCS? I'll let you guys answer that first. Is it beating the Cubs or is it actually just getting to the next round?
I mean, it's a little column A, a little column B. I'm very stoked that we have a good opportunity to beat the Cubs, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is getting to the next round. It wouldn't have mattered if it was the Padres or the Cubs. Winning this series is the bigger deal. It's like the cherry on top, the fact that it's the Cubs.
I'll be honest. I think it is a little bit more beating the Cubs. Because the fact that up until this year, I didn't realize they had never matched up in the playoffs in the both franchises' history. I mean, the Brewers were in the AL for the longest time. The Cubs were in the NL. I guess I didn't think the Brewers switched over to the NL until the late 80s, 90s. So I guess it makes sense that the Brewers weren't really good up until the last decade, primarily. Last 15 years, I should say. But honestly, the fact that they're beating the Cubs and the way that they're beating them in the fashion they beat them on Saturday, if they had just done that to the Padres, it would have been awesome. But there's something about the fact that I was at the bar, Silver Eagle, with Matt Hamilton, listening to Riley Yalk and Corey Sparks on the Wisconsin College Game Day post-game show, just being depressed. There was a lot to be said for the fact the Brewers were just running it up on the Cubs by the second inning. It felt really cathartic. I can't say it didn't.
And it was one of those games that the Cubs very quickly had to wave the white flag.
Yeah.
Because Michael Boyd started 3 innings pitched. He was on, or no, not even 1 inning pitched. He was two-thirds of an inning
Jackson
pitched.
Churio hit twice in the first inning.
3 days rest for Michael Boyd, who this is part of the reason I'm going to get to my main point on the Cubs, but he is, just like we talked about Mizorowski, but Michael Boyd is a guy who last year was the first time he pitched. He didn't pitch a full season last year. This year was the most amount of innings he's pitched ever in his entire career, and he's 30-some years old. So he's got kind of a little bit of a tired arm. He's been sputtering down the stretch. He was okay in his start against San Diego. That's when he won 3 innings. This game on 3 days rest, not it. And Cubs fans are killing counsel for that. I don't know. But the other part of it was then they stuck in Soraka, a guy they got late, who's kind of just an arm. And then they threw in Savale. The guy
Savale. That was such poetic justice that he's the guy who comes in for the Cubs against the Brewers. Yeah. I wanted Andrew Vaughn to hit a home run off of him so bad. So bad. He was the guy they traded.
Basically, the Cubs just rolled out 3 guys. After Boyd, they're like, well, we're just going to pitch some guys who aren't really going to pitch. Ben Brown got in there too. Like, it's just like, all right, here's some arms that we need to just basically get through the game with at this point. So that's because the Brewers beat the snot out of them. But it is indicative, I think, of the series here. That the Brewers are, look, every Brewer fan said this over and over again, best record in baseball. Mm-hmm. All right, you can't go all year best record in baseball, longest winning streak in baseball, home field advantage, number 1 seed. You can't lose the series. If the Brewers lose this series, it's an abject failure. And I would have said this on Friday, but especially after you beat the snot, especially the stakes are even higher now. In Game 1, you beat the snot out of the Cubs. If the Brewers lose this series, it's one of the biggest failures of a season the Brewers have ever had. Because you got...
You think it's worse than just being like a terrible baseball team all season?
Win it for Uke. You got the letter from the grave from Uke. you got...
Quote, unquote.
You got George Webb's, the 14-game winning streak. You got all those great vibes all year. You
Burgers.
got all
the power of friendship.
All the trash talk, and Pat Murphy, and then Craig, and then this is the kicker on top of it's Craig Counsell and the Cubs.
Yeah.
And most importantly, you are a much better team.
I mean, yeah.
They are. They
Yeah.
are. The Brewers are
Best
a
team in
much
baseball.
better team. They're the best team. And even if I say things like the Cubs are just running out of gas, that speaks to the roster building of the Brewers. Every team is running out of gas. It's just a matter of how far can you get on an empty tank of gas. Mm-hmm. The Cubs don't have anything left. This is why I also don't carry a lot of weight into this series, because if the Cubs win this, they're not going to the World Series. They're just not good enough. They're incapable of doing it.
I went to lunch with a Cub fan. He said the exact same thing. He's like, honestly, I'm cheering for the Brewers after they win this series against the Cubs because the Cubs don't have a crack at it.
Yeah, I want the.
He goes, I don't really think the Brewers do either, but they have a better chance at getting to the World Series. I was like, oh, you sound like a Cub fan. But I appreciate your allegiances switching for the postseason.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't have the, I don't know if you call it little brother syndrome or what you would call it, because it does seem like it's just antagonizing, trying to just always be mad at the city of Chicago. But I don't have that towards the state of Wisconsin or the city of Milwaukee. Like, if the Cubs are out, when they're out, I'm rooting for the Brewers. It's a cool story. I'm not going to say I'm going to do this every year, but the Uke side of it, it's an enjoyable team to watch. We have the games on our station. Like, I'm going to be rooting for them. So I'm sure there are some Cubs fans who will have an extra sting into this.
Yeah.
But it's going to sting Brewer fans and the organization and the team way more if they lost to the Cubs. That's why if the Milwaukee Brewers don't beat the Cubs in this series, it's one of the biggest failures in franchise history.
Okay.
844-770-3776. Crawford's Talking text line. List is more. Do you agree with me?
Matt Hamilton, you're the Brewers fan. How would you feel?
I don't know if I call the failure as big as like the biggest letdown in franchise history because, yeah, there's all this hype and momentum and storylines going into it. We've had terrible baseball teams. So, like, those are the biggest failures. But this
is it a failure when you go into a season and you're like, well, we got no shot anyways?
Well, yeah, you failed to put a team on the field for a.
Would it be better to say, would this be the biggest postseason failure in Brewers history? Right? Because if they were to lose to the Cubs,
you don't like letdown?
Disappointing?
Disappointment?
Well, of course it's disappointing.
But
and of
that's
course
what I mean.
it's a
This could be
letdown.
the biggest disappointment in Brewers franchise history if they don't get out of this
But
series.
I think there's a difference between saying it's a disappointment because you feel bad because the team didn't go. Like them losing in the NLCS to the Dodgers in Game 7 was disappointing because it might have been their closest chance to get to the World Series.
But this would be more disappointing, right?
This would be more of a failure, I think. I think it is truly just them falling flat on their face. Whereas losing to the Dodgers in Game 7, like they got to Game 7 of the NLCS and they were one game away from losing to the Red Sox in the World Series.
I'll trust your wording because if you'd have said this on Friday, I would have pushed back harder. But now that we have a 1-game lead and you only got to win 2 of the next 4, now I can give that to you. If we win this one and you ask that question again like tomorrow and we're 2-0 and they drop 3 in a row and actually lose it, then absolutely 100% without a doubt.
Yeah. But we're not getting too ahead of ourselves right now, Hamilton.
no.
We haven't won yet. We haven't won tonight's game yet, Game 2.
That's true.
Still going to happen. Coming up at 8:08 right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Sounds the summer.
David Deerfield chimes in, salted
Sounds
nut
of
roll
October.
and Heath bar are 2 things that he enjoys but has never bought.
Salted nut roll. Buy them all the time on the golf course.
I do actually enjoy those. And Heath bars. I like
better
Heath
than a
bars.
Crunch bar.
I like
I'd
Heath
rather have a
bars.
salted nut roll.
Probably. I actually like the Nutter Butters. Is that candy, like the big giant cookie, like the longer
Yeah,
one?
Nutter
the
Butter's
cookies.
candy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would. That's one of my favorites too. But
for sure.
First time, honestly, the only issue with the salted nut roll is that it's the product consistency. Because sometimes you just get one and it's like, did you leave it in the back of the truck? Like it's all melted.
It's been sitting there since 2005.
But if you get the one that like actually opens up and you peel it out and it's not been there since,
it's
if it's
fresh.
been there since 2010, let's
Yeah.
say, elite. Because it's like a lot of fast food restaurants. The biggest knock on them is more of like, I don't know what I'm getting when I go there. Mm-hmm. And that's like the one thing you can say about like a Culver's or a McDonald's, where it's like, I know the experience, especially Culver's, 100 out of 100 times, and McDonald's 9.5 out of 10 times you're going to get a good experience. Some of those other chains are like, I don't know what the hell's happening here.
Right.
It's the same thing with salted nut rolls. Like it's a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if this candy bar's older than me or not.
That is neat. I don't know what I'm getting here, but I'm going to just roll the dice. Dave Deerfield said, which is not a flex. We can get into this. First time the Brewers actually had more fans at home park than the Cubs. It was a weird tweet from the Milwaukee Brewers bragging like, hey, our manager said it felt like a home game. Yeah? At your home game?
At your stadium? Feels like the fans are on your side? Get out of here.
Weird flex. Weird flex there. I mean, I get
but
it.
it's an applicable flex because if it hasn't felt like that in past games against the Cubs, then that's cool.
You seen Little Giants? The guy with the bowl cut and the glasses, and he does the flex?
Yeah.
That was the Brewers flex.
Okay, fair.
Eric in Green Bay chimes in, no definitive data, but here's what ChatGPT suggests. 100 grand versus Nestle Crunch. Nestle Crunch appears to have higher consumption, broader distribution, and stronger brand presence. The absence of data supporting strong sales for 100 grand, especially in industry supports, suggests it's more of a niche or lower volume bar in comparison. Anecdotally, suggests that the 100 grand is less frequently included in fun-size variety candy mixes or is hard to find, which might indirectly reflect the lower distribution or demand.
Well, it's a better candy bar. IMO.
You can't ask ChatGPT that one. I think. I use ChatGPT a lot.
ChatGPT doesn't have taste buds?
But that's going to, like, it's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
So
That is neat.
separately, Matt needs to get into ChatGPT because I sent something to the group chat for ESPN Madison about the Badgers' terrible quarterback, Hunter Simmons. We'll get to him later. But you just, like I said, hey, ChatGPT, tell me about Hunter Simmons. And it was, maybe I'll share it a little bit later because it spit fire. It was actually great.
Okay.
Because who the hell is Hunter Simmons? That's where the Badgers are at there. But 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. Don't miss your chance to join me, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown, as we go to the Packer game. Want the ultimate Lambeau VIP experience? Jim, Matt, and Molly are teaming up with Miller Lite to hook you up. Every Miller Lite purchase gets you an entry to win 2 tickets to the December 7th Packer game with us. That's right, Jim, Matt, and Molly crew are giving you a VIP game day experience with exclusive access to the Thunder Trio pregame party. You and a guest could be living it up at Lambeau Miller Lite style. All you have to do is head to any of the following locations and get yourself some Miller Lite. Places like Oakstone Recreational, Lucky's 1313, Paoli Pub, and Scotty Bar. The winner will be announced on November 21st, so grab a Miller Lite today for your chance to win. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
James Imaging Systems, the best document imaging technology, the best local service, and perhaps best of all, the very best people. People you can count on. People you can trust. That's all important to Amanda Burian, office manager with Covenant Lutheran Church.
Absolutely. I think that having their reliability, I think just having them as a teammate and a partner.
James Imaging Systems, partnering with local businesses and organizations to help them be more productive and more efficient.
You don't have to worry about the printing, the ink. You don't have to worry about the copier. They take care of all of it.
Saving the church money?
It's definitely a savings.
One last question, Amanda. Would you recommend James to others?
I would definitely recommend James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every U. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Kayla Landerud from McFarland High School.
Thanks for having me.
So volleyball and track and field.
Yep.
What do you like about volleyball?
I like that everything's different. Like a lot of sports, it's kind of like the same thing. Like basketball, the goal is to get it in the hoop, but volleyball, you have this big court. Every play is different. Every kill is different. So I just like the variety in it.
And when you look back at your time at McFarland, what's going to stand out the most about being a Spartan?
One of my club coaches put it real nicely that at the end of the day, you don't really remember like the games or like some of the sports. You'll remember some of the sporting stuff, but like it's just like the memories you make with the people and the people you meet along the way. So honestly, I'll probably just remember the people and the memories more than anything.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Pitch from Boyd. Ground ball hit softly to second base. Horner bobbles! Safe is Frelick. Here comes Contreras to the plate. The throw is late. The Brewers take advantage of Nico Horner's error, and it's 3-1.
That right there, I knew the Cubs were losing. The Cubs have arguably the best fielding infield in all of baseball. Nico Horner has won a Gold Glove. He is a Gold Glove caliber second baseman and just booted that ball. So That was that, in my opinion, Matt Hamilton. The Brewers take on the Cubs. Game 2 coming up tonight. 844-770-3776 is the Cardinals Talking text line. That's how you get into the show. You can answer our Siding Unlimited poll question. We are asking you, and wow, people are hopping in quick, is the Brewers season a failure if they lose this series to the Cubs? 80% of you say yes. I want to point this out. Pat Murphy on Craig Counsell getting booed in Milwaukee. This is from Jesse Rogers, ESPN. They never boo a bum. I think fans will come around someday. I don't know if they will. But regardless, it's honestly on you to be this mad about a manager. Like, it's whatever, I guess. Again, it goes back to, like,
go boo in a bar.
Why do you care so much that someone took more money to go coach somewhere else?
Because we had some pretty good success with him. He is from the area. He played for the team. Like, all of those things make you kind of think, like, this guy might have a little bit more.
Are you a grown man?
No, I get it, but, like, there might be more loyalty there.
What loyalty? The Brewers would fire his ass the second he didn't win. There's no loyalty in sports.
No, I get that. But, like, that doesn't mean that's not how fans feel about it.
But, like, I get it initially, but at this point, it's just dumb. Like, if you're still mad about Craig Counsell, like, get over yourself.
Right.
Like, it's pretty pathetic.
I mean, I will say, if I got offered to go coach in another country and USA also had offered me and I said no, they're offering more money in Switzerland, like, I'm taking that.
Right. As you should.
But I also would expect from the diehard fans in curling to maybe get a little boo when I go out onto the ice.
For how long is the question? Because I'm saying more of
That's
getting
the thing.
over it.
I think if we win this series, like, that's going to help a lot of these Brewers fans heal. Like, they got their gotcha against Craig Counsell, right? We had a better record 2 seasons in a row. We got you in the postseason. Like, I think they'll be over it if we win this series.
Which is funny.
Ryan, do you agree with that, or do you think that's a little...
I mean, honestly, at this point, my bigger question is just who hates Craig Counsell more, Brewers fans or Cubs fans?
And again, I don't...
Because I truly think Cubs fans are just sick and tired of him. Every Cubs fans I've talked to has ever only had bad things to say about him, and it's only made me feel like maybe the Brewers just kind of got lucky that he left and they didn't have to fire him.
Okay. He won... Again, I'm not a manager guy. Like, I think, honestly, it's one of the dumbest arguments people can have. My eyes glaze over, and I'm going to stop paying attention to what you have to say about baseball at all if you start criticizing a manager, because you know who doesn't know anything about how to manage a baseball team? Anyone listening to the game or watching on TV.
Well,
you guys don't know bupkis.
Except for me. I know. Come on.
Y'all don't know
You're
bupkis.
the exception, right?
Yeah, I'm the
Every
exception to the
baseball
rule.
fan is the biggest idiot in the world when it comes to baseball managing situations. Let alone managing a team that, like, for 162 games, their personalities and all this sort of stuff. Let alone all the other wear and tear and all of that sort of stuff, and the math and the analytics and all that kind of stuff. You're all a bunch of idiots. None of you know anything, including me. So I will never have the conversation. You want to know why the Brewers are better than the Cubs?
Matt Arnold
and David Stearns. They're further along. Craig Counsell took over a team that won 83 games with David Ross. Now, last year they won 83 games, but then this year they won 90. They won 9 more games this year than last year, and Cub fans are upset. They won their 4th playoff series in the last, 50 years. They clinched their first playoff game at home ever. Like, you get why fans are stupid, and I'm talking about Cubs fans specifically, but fans ripping a baseball manager, it's because we're stupid.
If you heard a manager say, if you heard your manager, if you heard Pat Murphy say this in a post game, what would you think?
Is 3 days rest always that dicey sort of situation, no matter what, because it's so unusual for pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, we picked Matt Boyd to pitch. I don't know what to say. He pitched. He pitched. Didn't go well.
Yeah.
We got to make decisions. We went with Matt. We're very comfortable. I was very, very comfortable putting Matt Boyd on the mound today. Whole organization was comfortable putting Matt Boyd on the mound today.
What is wrong with that answer?
Doesn't it feel like he's just trying to cop out for it? Being like, what other option did I have to put my best pitcher out there in the shortest rest possible?
I made a decision. The organization made a decision. We put him out there. That doesn't have a lot of options. Who the hell are you putting out there?
I mean, James
Talion.
James Talion, isn't he not a solid pitcher?
He pitched closer. He just pitched the last game for the Cubs.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And Shota, you can't rush out there. It would have been Colin Ray or Javier Assad.
Yeah, Ray's not bad.
Not bad, but you go with the guy that Michael Boyd was an all-star.
True.
He made it and that's the stupid thing. He made a choice, and it didn't work.
I mean, you want to start the series with your 1 so you can use them again later in the series.
Their 1 who's actually their 3 because their other 2 1s are hurt.
Right. Like,
I mean, you can say that, but when a guy's coming off of 3 days rest, it doesn't matter if he's the 1, 2, or 3, or 4. He's got to pitch like a 4.
Okay, hold on. 3 days rest, you pitch 3 innings.
Still.
Okay, but I'm just adding context to it. You pitch 3 innings.
Every inning pitched is 24 is an hour that you got to rest.
I'll give you this.
1 hour?
Well, every pitch. Every pitch thrown is 1 hour that you should rest as a pitcher. That's the general rule.
It's not uncommon in baseball for a pitcher to come back out and pitch a little bit. He was going to clearly be used as an opener and then go to Ray or someone else. It didn't work. But this is why it's stupid. Because, you went with your all-star pitcher who just didn't have it. You wanted to show your guy. Again, it goes for the long term. You have to show your guys you believe in them. You have to show everyone else in that locker room that you believe in, that clubhouse that you believe in them. So you go, you know what, Michael Boyd? If you say you're healthy, our pitchers say you're healthy, my pitching coach says you got zip on the ball, then we're going to put you out there for 2 or 3 innings.
Yeah, right. Like, are you going to be upset? Say we played the Padres to go for the opportunity to play the Cubs, and we start game 1 with Freddie.
As an opener position, essentially.
Yeah.
No, because I would have rather had them just pitch Quinn Priester or pitch
Like, we have more
Odyssey,
options,
Quintana.
so I guess, like, it's a tougher...
And I guess that would be the bigger...
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they're depleted at options, and their best pitcher is the guy who you want to roll out, because if you roll him out game 3 on full rest, he might not get another crack. And then you're
game 3 is guaranteed no matter what. And
I know,
then it's
but
at
he
least a
doesn't
game
get
making
another
regular.
crack. If you start Boyd on game 1, he has a chance to come back at 4 or 5 if it's still applicable.
Depending on how many pitches he throws, yes. I mean, now he almost threw a full game's worth of pitches in the first inning, so obviously it's not going to pan out at all.
To this point here, at 844-770-3776, Carbs Talk text line, you can chime in on this. List is more. A couple of quick texts, and we'll get back to your point. Big K in the 608. Different tune out of Rutledge, who said the Cubs had the best roster without question. Yeah, at the All-Star break. Yep. 2 of their starting pitchers, like...
The injuries have been disastrous.
I mean, you guys were injured to start the season. At the All-Star break, you had confidence they were coming back, and it didn't pan out.
Yeah, their starting catcher played like 3 innings. Their ace didn't pitch at all this year, pitched like 3 innings, showed him missed half the season, and Cade Horton, their NL Rookie of the Year candidate, is done.
I actually appreciate that you can change your mind.
But that's not – those aren't excuses.
Right.
That's baseball. Like, at the point in time I said it, I was right. Baseball happened. The Brewers have a deeper roster. They're going deeper. They're a better team. But here's the thing. Here's the funnier part. And there's no room for Jim on the bandwagon cheer for the Dodgers. I'm not even rooting. I would like
yes,
to
there is.
But also, like,
go boo in a bar.
Big K in the 608, I would like to point this out. I'm not buying Brewers stuff or anything. But as Ryan, which upset me earlier, it wasn't the 80s. It was 1998 the Brewers switched.
Look, I'm born in 1999.
Okay.
Give me a break.
It was 1998 the Brewers switched. I was 18 years old. I rooted for the Brewers and the Cubs growing up. So, like, as a kid, I went to an ungodly amount of Brewer games and had a ton of Brewer stuff. The Brewers switched because they were cheap and they didn't want to pay a DH, so they switched to the National League. And then that's that. So I don't have this big burning resentment for the Brewers or the city of Milwaukee like some Brewers fans have for the city of Chicago for some unknown reason.
I think it's mostly because of Cubs fans. I think Brewers fans just get annoyed with Cubs fans, especially them coming up and invading AmFam Field as they often do. I think that's
a you problem.
It's a source.
Yeah,
that's
I have animosity for Chicago.
No, I'm not saying that it's not Brewers fans' fault that there are more Cubs fans there at times during the regular season. But at the same time, if that was happening to you on a regular basis, you would get annoyed.
But it's not happening to you. You're doing it to yourself.
Well, no, you're not doing
like
it to
pointing out, like, who did this? It's you. You did it.
Who sold these tickets to these Cubs fans?
Which is also why they're not doing it during the postseason. They've been very good about holding on to their tickets.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jim.
Let's go. Felt like a home game.
Wow. Felt like a home game.
Go.
You don't say.
At where?
At AmFam Field. You don't say. 608 chimes in. If it was the Cubs, it would have went to the what is this? It was the Cubs. If he would have went to the Mets or basically any team outside of the Cardinals, talking about Craig Counsell, we would not have cared at all. It's the Cubs. It'd be like Rodgers or Favre going to the Bears. Nothing to do with money. I'm glad Craig got paid, but it's the Cubs. And again,
It's like Favre going to the Vikings. I hated Favre for going to the Vikings.
Here's the thing.
I hated it.
I can't imagine a scenario I would get this worked up about baseball. It is the most docile.
Well, then you just don't care about baseball, and then that's just different. But being a fan, if Jay Cutler went and joined the Vikings the very next year, doing it strictly out of spite for the Bears, and then went and tried to lit up the Bears the next game, like you would feel some sort of way.
Oh, like Urlacher.
Yes, that's probably a better example.
Urlacher to the Packers?
Urlacher to the Bears, to the Lions, whatever.
Maybe, but like, to me, it's honestly insane to try to compare football and baseball.
But he would be booed when the Packers played in Soldier Field if Urlacher was the starting linebacker for the Green Bay Packers.
Probably. I mean, Jim McMahon was beloved by Bears fans. He's still beloved by Bears fans. He was on the Packers team as a backup, but he didn't play much when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just say that to me, it's just funny because baseball is like, it's a pretty docile sport.
It is.
And it's too long to
It's
be.
docile, but it's still competitive, man.
But
it's still a game where people care.
But the difference is I don't have, because I like the Badgers, I like the Bucks, I don't have a burning hate against the state of Wisconsin.
Well,
like
that's
Wisconsin
you
fans,
specifically.
But that's why I can't wrap my brain around it because I don't.
Because I think a lot of
people-
Chicago fans feel the same way about Wisconsin fans.
I mean, I have a burning hate for Chicago sports.
Yeah, exactly. It's Chicago sports in general.
I can't speak for all, but I get the vibe. It's about the teams, not the people.
When you say that, what do you mean?
Wisconsin is about the actual city of Chicago and the people of Chicago and not the team. Chicago fans, it's like, yes, we hate the Packers because you beat our ass every year. Not the actual fans or the city of or the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I can't speak
I'll
for
give
all.
you that. I don't like
But
it when
it feels
Illinois
more- it feels
license
personal.
plate passes me on the highway. I'm like, get out of here.
I think it has more to just do with the sports more than anything.
I don't think so. I think for you, yes.
I'm supposed to be the temperature of the fan. I'm telling you, it's not just the sports, Ryan.
I'm not saying it's just the sports, but I think it is more the sports than just the city.
Wisconsin
or the
fans
state.
to Chicago?
Wisconsin fans to Chicago?
You think it's more about the sport than the city?
Yes.
No, it's the city, bro.
Fib.
Pull it.
Matt Hamilton? Pull it.
Okay.
On my personal Twitter.
Yes, I think that's a better
will
poll
you
for
retweet
Matt.
it then?
I sure will.
844-770.
When I figure out how to do a poll on Twitter, I'm going to send it to you.
844-770-3776. Carlos Talk text line. This is more. Do you hate the teams from Chicago or do you hate the city of Chicago more? Is that how we're asking it?
Matt Hamilton's posting the poll.
Or how do you want to, Matt? You tell me how you word it, Matt, and then we'll get it out there. Also,
I'll workshop it. Give me in the break. I'll figure out how I'm going to word it, and then I'll tell you coming out of break.
We got more texts coming in, but I want to ask this quick question to you, Ryan. So, like, if Aaron Ashby stinks, then Pat Murphy's a bad manager?
Why do you say that?
Well, because
he's not coming off
he made a choice.
He's not coming off a short rest.
But he's not a starter. And why are you?
Well, it's the difference between a guy who's coming off a short rest when you know he's not going to be as effective.
Why aren't you just starting Quinn Priester?
Well, because Quinn Priester, his main pitch is a cutter, and
I
the
know, I
Cubs
saw
actually
this,
they're actually hitting the cutter better than any team in the MLB apparently.
But he's still going to pitch.
Well, he's going to pitch, but it's going to be in like 2 innings against what is not the left-handed dominant part of the lineup.
But you understand my point of like you can nitpick anything.
You can nitpick anything,
Ashby
but
goes out and gets
you
rocked.
can nitpick anything, but then there are also reasons to go back and nitpick. Sometimes hindsight is 2020, like actually 2020.
God, I'm just gonna. Goodness gracious. Here's what I'm going to say. I need to go work out at Carbon World Health because I am worked up. And if you're worked up, you can have a great workout at Carbon World Health. Although you can ask them about semaglutide, you can ask them about hormone replacement treatment. You can ask them about cryotherapy, red light therapy. It's all available at Carbon World Health. 2 great locations, one in Sun Prairie, one in Madison. Go visit them today. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What is going on with the hair right now? Oh my God.
What's wrong with it?
Flock of Seagulls type haircut here. Ryan.
He looks fully like Johnny Bravo. If you guys know that cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
my
think you're
God.
as jacked as him?
No.
Oh.
No, Johnny Bravo is all upper body. He skipped leg day, though, and I don't do that.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Toscher here. Football season is here, and I've got to tell you, Prize Picks has made every game more fun for me. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on at least 2-player projections, like Josh Allen's passing yards or Saquon Barkley finding the end zone, and you're in the game. I love how quick and easy it is. I can set a lineup in less than a minute, and I even get the option to stack a single player across different stats. Want to play it safe? Go with Flex Play. Want the big payout? Try Power Play. And no matter how you play, Prize Picks makes it fun all season long. Withdrawals are fast and secure with Apple Pay, Venmo, and more. And that's why millions of fans, including myself, are already on America's #1 fantasy sports app. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
It doesn't matter what I say, as long as I sing.
608 chimes in. Give us your name, because you've chimed in a few times. Love to give you. This is the 608. You'll know who we are. There's 2 608s on here. I'd love both of you to give your names. But this 608, you've chimed in twice. He was born, he being Craig Counsell, in Whitefish Bay. He's a hometown kid. You can't comprehend because it's not like other coaches. It'd be like Guard going to Minnesota to coach ball. Again, I don't know where my coaches are from. It was like a neat story when he was here.
They did make a big thing about him being a Milwaukee-born native son when he was
The
the
Milwaukee Brewers did. I know him as a Florida Marlin.
Well, no, but the fact that he was from Milwaukee, he's from Whitefish Bay. Not technically Milwaukee, but you know what I mean. Like,
you know Counsell's a Marlin?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. I was down in Florida. I think he was.
Oh, yeah.
And he was down there as a key part of those teams, and I know him as an Arizona Diamondback.
He was a journeyman baseball player.
But he was like key on
solid.
World Series teams for both those teams.
He was the connective tissue of a lot of good teams.
The ball player, because him as a ball player, I know him with the Diamondbacks and Marlins, not the Brewers.
I think he was very much later in his career with the Brewers.
Yeah,
he was on the Brewers when I was first starting to pay attention
I
to
think
baseball.
Major League Baseball knows him as a player with those teams over the Brewers.
Okay. All right, maybe.
And
before my time.
There is a funny trope that is happening on the internet that Milwaukee is a suburb of Chicago.
That's always been a thing, yeah.
Which is funny. Now, again, Milwaukee did basically copy the infrastructure and the architecture of Chicago and just put it up north. But that's neither here nor there. I can understand being upset about that, but that's kind of what Milwaukee is.
I mean, they made a whole movie with that as like part of the joke.
Right.
Have you seen Bridesmaids?
Yes, I know.
It's a fantastic movie.
But it's just worth reminding people.
Set in the city of Milwaukee, in case anyone was wondering.
It is. It could have been shot in Chicago, though. But 844-777...
Well, no, but that was the whole point.
844-770-3776.
It's coming on me like lava.
Talk and text line list is more. Matt, why don't you what are some of our early poll? Give your poll question and then citing limited poll question on Matt Hamilton's Twitter. Retweeted by @JimMattMolly. What are the early results?
Well, I wrote, hey, Wisconsinites, who do we like less, Chicago sports teams or the fans of Chicago sports teams? 18.8% Chicago sports teams, 81.3% fans of Chicago sports teams.
I love to get into the nitty-gritty of this poll question, too. Matt didn't even have the respect to capitalize Chicago either time he mentioned it in the poll. They're both lowercase.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if Matt does well with capitalization.
He did capitalize like. Hey, Wisconsinites, who do we like
I don't
less?
know. It's definitely not.
What are you, the president? Can't you just figure out your capital letters?
Importantness. One of the early responses to it from Mike, whatever the results, the feelings from Chicago are mutual. Regardless of geography, you're still among my favorites of all time, Jammer, which is me.
Thank you.
There you go. 608, another 608 chimes in. I didn't get to listen to the beginning of the show. How did Jim do at disco juggling competition on Friday since I was gone?
Excuse me?
Huh?
You had a disco juggling contest?
I was not aware of this either.
I didn't know if that was some sort of running gag.
Matt, we didn't talk about that.
We didn't mention... We said you were camping.
Yeah. We never mentioned a disco juggling contest.
All right. So, just curious.
Disco juggling.
Maybe my gold pants? But
you said you missed the opening of the show, and that's when you revealed your gold pants.
Yeah, that's true.
On the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. I was just curious where that...
No idea where that came from.
I'm really trying to comb my mind now to figure out what that's even a reference to. I mean, Jim, have you ever been disco juggling?
No, I don't know if you had this in your school, but like at Cedarburg, I think it was in middle school, but you could take it wasn't electives, but for mini courses or something like that. It was for 3 weeks to a month. You got this little break and you could do something different, like model building or bowling or different things.
Disco juggling.
Yeah. Basket weaving.
Juggling was one of them. You just kind of you get a break for
Is this from gym classes?
I don't know what it took over, but it was this little sort of yeah.
Take that for
yeah, the Cedarburg School District really pushing kids hard. I'm guessing it was some sort of it probably took over art or maybe it was gym class. I don't know. It was just one of these things you could pick. It was your senior year and you just pick something random.
No.
To basically learn a hobby.
That's actually I've never heard of this in my life.
The lamest hobbies ever.
I mean,
bowling, juggling.
I feel like curling would have fallen into that.
Yeah, you could have. Curling might have been on there, but it just totally missed me. Yeah.
You were also just listing things that Jesse Nelson's really good at.
Ooh. So you proved my point.
Skee ball.
Yeah.
Skee ball.
Matt, tell us about Odyssey.
Oh, I cannot say enough good things about Odyssey. I've got a fantastic recipe for you guys. It's feta stuffed jalapeno poppers. Exact similar way that you would make a regular jalapeno popper, but you use that delicious Odyssey feta, and it is an absolute game day changer. So if you're looking to put a little Greek spin on some of your meals, look no further than Odyssey. They're nationwide, baby, and get your Greek on with Odyssey feta.
We're going to review our Don't Quote Me's next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Brandon in Tulsa, my calloused heels ended their silk chic era after one night.
Oh, God, that just,
You all right over there?
I hate the feeling of when your feet or something on your body is dry and it scrapes against the sheets. Oh, God, that just,
I'm with you on that.
presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Falling short at the Big House. Wisconsin football dropping its 3rd straight, a 24-10 loss at Michigan. The Badgers' opening drive score turning heads, but the Wolverines eventually taking control. Where's Wisconsin coming up empty? Riley Auk dropping his take on the Wisconsin College Game Day postgame show.
Wisconsin needs a playmaker desperately. Even though they played clean, they played solid, they played tough. When you're the underdog, you're the worst team, you need someone to be able to make a game-changing play, and clearly Wisconsin doesn't have that.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the executive director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. This fall, Buckin' Honeys is celebrating their 15-year anniversary with 15 days of giveaways. From October 6th through the 20th, they're giving away a huge prize to one lucky winner every single day. Buckin' Honeys is beyond grateful for their loyal guests and the amazing team who've supported them over the years, and it's time to give back. Enter at any of their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb, and follow them on social media for more ways to sign up. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. No Molly Brown. She's back tomorrow. Primetime will shine behind the glass. Brewers baseball is coming up at 8:08 first pitch, 7:29 pregame here on ESPN Madison. We'll also have the game on Wednesday, and that is at what time?
4 p.m. first pitch.
So we'll be Digi only, and we are on remote on Wednesday as well.
At Players Sports Bar and Grill in Madison. Yep.
Love.
So it'll be Digi only. Watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and listen live on the new ESPN Madison 2 tab on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There you go. Primetime Wollersheim bringing the heat. Let's do Don't Quote Me.
We're not saying it's gonna happen.
Let it ride!
But if it does, then we want credit.
Say that again, because that is an amazing take.
I told you all.
If not, well...
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said...
Yeah, guys, so while Jim and Molly were gone on their different separate vacations on Friday, allegedly separate vacations, we did make some Don't Quote Me predictions for both the Brewers and Badgers games on Saturday because there was no Packers game to talk about or lead into on Sunday. So why don't we start with the Brewers? We've been talking about them so far throughout the show. So, Jim, you were not here on Friday, but you did send us your predictions. Your prediction for the first two games would be that the Cubs would take games 1 and 2 at AmFam Field.
Yep.
The Brewers quickly shut that down, taking a 9-1 lead in the first 2 innings on Saturday, and then winning 9-3. So, how do you feel about the prediction looking back?
Not great. I think I don't know, was I camping? I was off.
It felt like you were kind of firing from the hip with that one when you gave it to us on Friday.
Yeah. I feel better about the Badgers one I made. But
yes, we'll get to that one after we review the Brewers ones first. And then Matt Hamilton, speaking about Brewers predictions, he almost had the perfect prediction for starter Freddie Peralta. You said he would go 6 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 4 hits, 1 earned run. Freddie ended 5 2/3 inning pitched, 9 strikeouts, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. So you got one of the 4 things correct, and you were pretty close on the other 3, honestly. You were within the ballpark on all 3 of the other ones.
Just like the Brewers' bats. Everything in the ballpark.
That's just very true. It is crazy to put up 9 runs without hitting a single home run.
Yeah. But again, that's been Brewers baseball all season. Dink and doink.
Wasn't it awesome watching it at the bar on Saturday?
It was. It was such a good energy in that bar. And it's best part is my friend who hooked us up with the table next to ESPN
Wisconsin College
Game Day table. My friends went and sat down at it, and she almost kicked him out. And then my buddy Derek showed up, and she's like, "Oh, that's obviously Matt's friend. He's just not here yet." So she didn't, but she was like, "Hey, that table's reserved."
Great hospitality, great service all afternoon over there at the Dirty Bird, the Silver Eagle.
Boneless wings, Ryan, were solid.
You were destroyed. Yeah, Jim, Matt couldn't stop telling me about these boneless wings that he got at the Silver Eagle.
Chicken fingers?
Yep, exactly.
That's
chicken nuggets.
Ryan, he was calling them chicken nuggets too. And you're not wrong, but they are real pieces of chicken. It's not like the formed chicken nugget like you get at McDonald's. So it is
we
real
know what
chicken.
they are, and I like the Silver Eagle, so I'm not
But
Silver Eagle's great.
Some places, sometimes I just prefer. I definitely prefer real wings, but sometimes I just want to eat with a fork. Not like Ryan. Not everybody eats their chicken wings with a fork like you. So
fork and knife.
Fork and knife with bone-in wings seems crazy, but I suppose you're used to peeling the meat away from the bone.
I do like to debone my chicken.
That's what you'd say tonight if the Brewers fork and knife. The Brewers lose.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll keep it moving. Riley Yauk was in for Jim and Molly on Friday, apparently. And he also made his predictions for the Badgers and the Brewers. Now, he was the only one who got a prediction even remotely correct on Friday. He said the Brewers would win by 6+ runs, which was pretty bold. So we got to give him that one. I mean, honestly, saying that they're going to win by 6+, they win by 6 exactly. Well done, Riley Yauk. Well done, young sir. And he also killed it on ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day's post-game show of the Badgers' loss to Michigan 24-10. So we might as well run through those Don't Quote Me predictions as well. So Riley had the exact score prediction correct. 24-10 would be the final score for Michigan beating the Badgers. Though he did say that it would be within 2 scores all game, and the Badgers actually went down 24-7 early in the fourth quarter. So that did not come true. And he also predicted that Michigan would rush for under 100 yards. They got 175 yards on 34 carries, 5.1 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Not a great day for the Badgers rushing defense. We'll get into that more as we talk about the Badgers in the second hour. But then, Jim, you also made your prediction for the Badgers offense that they would not score a touchdown all game.
Yep.
Who would have guessed that they would score on the opening drive and then never sniff another touchdown all game?
Yeah, the trickeration of playing a quarterback nobody ever heard of caught Michigan off guard, and then when Michigan was back on guard, they didn't score a touchdown.
No.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Jim was not correct, but he was in the ballpark again. Matt Hamilton, somewhat in the ballpark as well, saying that the Badgers wouldn't turn the ball over all game.
Watch the pick.
That quarterback that Jim mentioned, Hunter Simmons, the slinging Saluki from Southern Illinois, threw a pick to safety Rod Moore, I believe, in the third quarter. Threw it into triple coverage, too, which was a decision.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Looked like pass interference.
It should have been. It should have been, but sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. There's really no excuse. Now, nobody was as off as Molly Brown with her Badgers prediction.
But she took the biggest swing.
True full court shot here by Molly Brown, saying the Badgers would not only lose 34-6, their 6 points would come on a strip sack touchdown, and on that touchdown, the extra point would get blocked. Molly Brown couldn't have seen the game probably any worse. She had no Brewers prediction, but yeah, I mean, as an Iowa fan, she had to feel something going into that Badgers game, so I guess hopefully the Badgers can perform a little better against Iowa this Saturday than they did against Michigan. But overall, our don't quote me predictions for the week, guys. I would give it like a C-, given that they are like bold predictions.
Riley was spot on the score, and you're
He
going to
was.
say C-?
Well, I said us as a group, like as a collective.
I know,
here.
but I feel like his prediction should have brought the rest of us up. I was only off by
He
a little
also
bit on my Freddie Peralta stat line.
His prediction that Michigan would rush under 100 yards was
Kinda killed it.
Yeah, I mean they had 56 yards on the opening drive. Michigan's opening drive, that is, rushing yards.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
that
fair.
that previously
I thought
Tom
mine
Drake
was
rushing
better than a
defense.
C. I almost nailed it.
Can you say you almost nailed it when they gave up exactly one turnover?
Oh, no, I was thinking more of the...
You're thinking Brewers again.
Brewers
You're thinking Brewers
yeah.
again.
Fair enough.
I
All
think
right, I'll take I'm going to talk you up to a C. Even C.
grading on the Matt Hamilton curve.
Yeah.
It seems that we are Jim Rutledge.
It's always on the Matt Hamilton curve.
Always on the Matt Hamilton curve. This is Jim Matt Vibe, presented by Coors Light.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Milwaukee Brewers are back against the Chicago Cubs tonight, NLDS Game 2, after the Brewers exploded in Game 1 on Sunday, winning 9-3 over the division rival Cubs. The Brewers had 6 runs in the first inning, which tied their franchise record for the most in a postseason inning. And then Jackson Chourio became the first player in MLB postseason history to have 3 hits in the first 2 innings of a postseason game. Now, he had 3 hits in the first 2 innings. After that third hit, he left the game after tweaking a hamstring injury that he had suffered earlier this season. Was sidelined for about a month with that injury, and it was TBD whether or not he'd be ready for tonight's game. But just about 1 hour ago, Brewers manager Pat Murphy saying that Chourio is in fact good to go for tonight's game and that he'll be batting leadoff for the Brewer crew. That first pitch tonight is at 8:08 p.m. Central Time, so pregame starts right around 7:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN. Aaron Ashby slated to be starting as an opener for the Brewers tonight, and it's believed Quinn Priester will be following up after that. Make sure to tune in right here tonight, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other. First of all, I was in like 6th, 7th grade. Yeah. That's when you would get wedgies and stuff. The silks were the worst.
Silks?
Yeah.
What are silks?
Silk
boxers.
Is that like spandex?
No. They're like loose. They're just
no way.
They're like
That's
shorts
a fake.
that are. But they had patterns on them. Like everyone had a pair with hearts.
What?
Like everyone had the black pair with the red hearts all over them.
And chime in on your silk usage. I feel like silk has faded away.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the Mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Laura Sean behind the glass. Molly Brown out. She is back tomorrow. It is a Rutledge and Hamilton throwback. And you can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbon Stalking text line. List is more. We have a couple of siding and limited poll questions. Matt, I'll let you give the answer to your question. But I said the Brewers season is a failure if they lose to the Cubs. And right now, 81.5% of you agree with that statement. We also asked, in honor of me trick-or-treating this last weekend, we asked, what candy have you had the most without actually purchasing? There's a lot of different options there, but right now, 100 grand is in the lead with that one, Matt Hamilton. Ooh. And then why don't you go ahead and ask your question?
Not at all. Hey, Wisconsinites, who do we like less? Chicago sports teams or the fans of Chicago sports teams? 33 votes, 25% Chicago sports teams, 75% fans of Chicago sports teams.
Should Matt Hamilton have a disclaimer after that? And if you vote for me for mayor of Wisconsin sports,
I'll tell you what, he tweets like a politician with no rhyme or reason for any capitalization. Mm-hmm. Wisconsinites would not be capitalized, correct?
It does when it starts with the Wisconsin.
It is a proper noun because it is Wisconsin.
Actually, it did correct
Wisconsin,
me.
so
I had the little red squiggly under it, and I checked like the spelling.
So did it tell you to capitalize like randomly?
Yeah,
well, no, it didn't tell me that.
And the city of Chicago twice?
Well, it did Chicago, but I intentionally left that lowercase. That was intentional.
Did
I don't
you?
know how that...
No.
What happened with the like is I was editing, and I had to delete some stuff in front of it. It was the start of the sentence.
Here's the thing. You get no benefit of the doubt on the Chicago doing that on purpose when you have a random
I know.
Like.
It ruined it. Yeah. And I'm not verified, so I can't go back and edit my question.
Proud of you for not being verified. All right, 844-770-3776. How do you get into the show? What the hell has happened to the Wisconsin Badgers? Because I feel like too many fans, and hell, maybe even the coaching staff, was just fine with not getting embarrassed by Michigan. Like, all of a sudden, Wisconsin's all about moral victories. It's pathetic. We're rolling out Hunter Simmons, with all due respect, from Southern Illinois, as your starting quarterback against Michigan, just because you thought you could catch him sleeping, which you did, and you got 7 points. Great. You ran the hell out of the ball. You got, 3.9 yards per carry from Dylan Jones?
For the game or on that series?
Both.
I think
the series might have been less.
The series might have been higher.
That was like 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
I think the game was lower. If it was 3.9 yards per carry, that's better than I realized while watching the game.
And here's the worst part. That was the best opening drive of the Luke Fickell era. That might have been the best drive of the Luke Fickell era.
In Big Ten play or just period?
Just in general. And then they got their asses kicked by Michigan. Don't let the score fool you. The Badgers were running the clock on themselves at the end of that game.
Dylan Jones averaged 3.7 yards per carry. 17 carries, 63 yards. His long was 16 yards.
Ooh.
Had a 5-yard touchdown run on that first drive.
What's the season long for a Badger running back? 20?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, especially in non-garbage time, it's probably lower than 20.
All right, because here's the other thing with this. So they lost the game. Give me what was the final number here? What was the
final score?
Yeah,
24-10.
So they were down 24-3 when they started their drive that led to that sweet.
They were down to 24-7.
I'm sorry, 24-7 when they led that sweet drive. So in theory, 24-7, if you played with urgency and scored, you could have made it 24-14 and maybe made it a game, Matt Hamilton. Instead, Luke Fickell just runs it out there like, whatever, we're just going to run the clock, no urgency, burn like 5 minutes off the clock, and then kick a field goal just because I don't think Luke Fickell was trying to cover his bet, but it made it look like we're just trying not to look like we got our asses kicked. So if somebody's paying attention, it doesn't look. If nobody's paying attention, it doesn't look as bad.
If you're like box score hero.
Yeah, I actually loved, and I wish Michigan had done it because the Badgers deserved for Michigan to cram that ball down their throats and score a touchdown at the end of the game. Because what the Badgers did was so embarrassing and disingenuous towards the overall feel of that game. It was embarrassing. And I would have been all for Michigan going down there and scoring a touchdown on them just so the world knew, this game wasn't even close. The Badgers had one nice drive, and then that was it. Their vaunted rush defense, terrible when they played a good rushing team. Can't defend the pass, can't pass the ball, and you can run at a whopping 3.7 yards per carry. And this is what, moral victories? We looked like we cared? This is what we're doing now?
Didn't look like they cared at the end. Luke Fickell wasn't caring with his timeouts.
Yeah, then they just let Michigan run it out.
He did have an explanation after the game that apparently he was hoping that they would be able to stop them on 3 downs, and then he would use his timeouts.
Yes, that made sense.
But then after they don't stop him, then why not still use the timeouts?
Because he gave up.
Yeah. After that, I guess it was wave the white flag.
Or he's afraid of Michigan, because if he called that timeout, Michigan might have been like, you know what, we are going to go score on you. Because they could have.
Part of me feels like that. It's in the back of his mind, or real motivation-wise.
This is ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I like the 24-10 score, not because for betting reasons, just it looks better.
Yeah.
I asked Google what the longest run of the season was. Number 1 is wide receiver Trech Kakahuna with a 61-yard run.
Yeah, how about a running back? Because Vinny
Dylan
Holiday's
Jones,
up there too.
17 yards.
Darian Dupree, 17 yards. I got on ESPN.com.
Google is iffy.
Yeah.
So
he's actually
Danny O'Neal's got a 17-yard.
I was about to say he's technically tied with Danny O'Neal for the second longest rush.
So the running backs for the Wisconsin Badgers, their leading rusher has a long rush of 17 yards this year.
And on the season, Dylan Jones has 217 yards over 5 games.
How many yards does the team have over 5 games?
As a team, I'd have to dig a little deeper. I have to go to a different stats page here.
Is it 500?
You got to keep talking while I keep looking.
I don't think it's 500. I wanted 2,000 yards rushing this year.
They have 1,546 yards over 5 games, so 309.2 yards per game. And that's including the cupcakes against.
No, I said rushing, though. So
rushing
yes,
yards.
Yeah, I don't need total yards. I need rushing yards.
Rushing yards on the season, 546.
Great.
3.1 yards per carry on the
So they
year.
are nowhere close to the 2,000-yard standard that I wanted.
No.
Which is a bare minimum for a Badger football team.
When was the last time the Badgers did that, though?
I think they did it in the first year of Luke Fickell.
With Braylon Allen?
It's a very low bar. It's a very low bar.
Yeah. I mean, since Braylon Allen, he had an up and down Badgers career. He was still a good college running back. They have not had a good running back since him.
What the hell happened?
We know what happened. The entire roster got turned over, and then Luke Fickell was supposed to bring in a bunch of players to help make them a college football playoff roster, and he didn't bring in any of the players. I don't know what money dried up or what it is, but he's not recruiting or developing guys the way that they need to be. And they're losing most of the guys who could be a good recruit for them.
If this was soccer, the Badgers are getting relegated.
Yeah.
If this is soccer, the Badgers are getting relegated.
They're in the MAC right now, yeah.
Well, we're going to the small 10. That's where you get relegated to, right? Thanks, Molly.
Thanks, Matt, for bringing some levity. The small 10.
The small 10. Who's in the small 10?
The Badgers.
The Badgers and?
UCLA.
Okay.
Who also is more successful in one game against top 10 opponents or top 25 opponents than Luke Fickell's been his entire tenure here.
Both, actually, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Luke Fickell has not won a game against a top 25 opponent. 0-8.
Matt, does UCLA make you feel better or worse?
It makes me feel bad in the moment, but it gives me hope that, lightning does strike and miracles do happen.
But what's the hope? UCLA has 1 win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're also a bad football team, and lightning struck for them. A miracle happened for UCLA, and why can't it happen for the Badgers?
So if the Badgers beating Iowa, let's let's believe that's not a miracle. That would just be it.
It's probably not. That might not be a miracle.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So let's go Ohio State. Let's say the Badgers end up with 3 wins on the season, and one of them's Ohio State. You're happy?
I don't know about happy, but at least if someone's like, "Oh, the Badgers suck," I'll be like, "Well, we beat number 1 in the country, Ohio State. We can't be that bad." Yeah. Like I will hang my hat on that.
Yeah, you can't,
I won't be proud of it.
You
but
can't
like,
hang your hat on a team that's less than 500.
No,
okay,
but like you won't
not.
be proud of it. But at least I could say instead of an absolute basement dweller, we're on the first floor.
You could be proud of that if it was Luke Fickell's first season. And if he had to turn over everything and then it starts off really rough, but then they pull off one great upset against a top 5 team, the number 1 team in the nation currently. Mm-hmm. If that were to happen, there's a good reason to feel good going into next year. In year 3, when we're looking down the barrel of probably 4-8, 3-9, and we're talking about if they upset a big...
How are we getting to 3-9?
Iowa or Minnesota.
I mean, I know Iowa's quarterback might not
their quarterback might not be playing, so they might be on even footing for the first time this year. Neither team has their starting quarterback. It's definitely possible.
Is it frowned upon if I fall asleep in the press box?
I mean, it's an Iowa-Wisconsin game. Most people fall asleep during those.
The Hawkeye,
yeah.
The Badger.
Even when both teams were good at their peaks of what Badgers and Iowa Hawkeye football were, both were very boring products.
Is there any defense of Luke Fickell in his 3 years has had his, game 1 starting quarterback for a total of like 5 games?
If they had Billy,
indefensible?
If they had Billy Edwards this year, how much different do you think their record is?
I don't know.
No, come on.
It's probably the same record.
Well, Matt, here's the other part of it.
But it's a real
thing. You are responsible for recruiting your roster. And so, like, the unforgivable sin is, okay, Tanner Mordecai, who was, like, the actual legit core. Like, Tanner Mordecai is the only legit case because he was pretty highly recruited. Like, that's when the Badgers were a little bit of a it team. Fickell came here. Mordecai, coming from SMU, put up big numbers. Him getting hurt, that probably took them from a team that could have won 8 games.
There were a couple of times when he was healthy where the Phil Longo offense looked like it could actually work.
And maybe everything's different then. But they went to Braden Locke that year.
Yeah.
So then the next year they bring in Tyler Van Dyke, who was nowhere close to, he had a nice freshman year.
Right.
That was it. But there was hope. But then you kept Braden Locke as your backup. Like, you already knew Braden Locke can't play football.
Didn't have it, yeah.
And then you do it another year. And so this year you could still call it bad luck, but you made your own bad luck because Billy Edwards might have played against Michigan if you didn't run him out against Maryland in desperation.
Now, wouldn't you say getting O'Neal was that hopeful Band-Aid for like, hey, we have a comparable backup?
Honestly, you could go all the way back to don't run Billy Edwards out for the first game of the season because he got hurt in fall practice and we had his knee in a brace. And maybe if you actually just let him heal a little bit more and went Danny O'Neal in the first 2 non-conference games, you might have a healthy Billy Edwards right now.
Yeah.
That's tough. That one's a tough one to say. Injury hindsight is always weird, unless it's someone where like you know that they're like what they did with Billy Edwards, having him play the first 2 snaps against Maryland. That was reprehensible in my opinion, as our guest
Kelly
Stofford on the Jump Around said last week. But having him play week 1, everyone felt like he was healthy. They felt like he was ready to go. It was really only a question of how much he could push it and not whether he would injure it more, whether he could just withstand the pain, essentially. So it felt like it was again,
I'm not trying to like go to bat for Fickell. I'm just saying like that's some pretty terrible luck having.
It is bad luck, but sometimes.
What is it? It's probably less than 5 games with your starters.
Sometimes luck is a product of what you saw.
Of design?
Yeah, it's a product of design, yeah. And I think the Badgers have put themselves in positions to have bad luck over and over and over again in these past 3 years under Luke Fickell.
Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. You can reach out to them for custom jewelry. You can get a nice watch from them. You can do engagement rings, wedding bands. Madison's family-owned, Madison's custom jeweler, and Madison's locally owned jeweler, Chalmers Jewelers. We got a bunch of calls and texts on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
One reason so many local organizations choose document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems? The people. Amanda Burrian, office manager at Covenant Lutheran Church.
One of the main things that has always been absolutely outstanding to me is the customer service rep that comes out and helps with the technical stuff. He is absolutely wonderful.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. And that translates into better support, better service.
Fast, efficient, they're dedicated, and they're willing to be there when you need them. So it's wonderful service.
Amanda, James Imaging Systems, more like a vendor or more like a partner?
Like a partner.
And your overall business experience with James?
That feels more like a partnership as well.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has zero sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
I really struggled with choosing a career path. I had so many interests and couldn't decide what to do. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm figuring it all out, making friends and connections along the way. Coming here is the best decision I ever made. My advice to others? Just take the first step. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get zero interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot.
Whoa, you nailed it!
Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games. Plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Man, I got this right. My hand up to my back. You know I'm fucking tight. But man, I got this right. Man, I got this right. My hand up to my back.
Jim, Matt, Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown out. Primetime Wash on behind the glass. The Everlight Solar Studios where we're located. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line. This is more. See us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. This is a weird-ass quote. That's why it took me a minute to come back. This is tweeted out from Payne Blazevich. Fickell on his approach to evaluating his staff midseason. Do your guys do your guys, does the unit that they coach, play at or above their God-given ability?
Okay.
It's interesting.
I think he was just stammering and he put it in like quotations when he should have just paraphrased it.
That's my burner account. That was me.
Blazevich?
That's how I type.
You're a
and ask
secret.
questions.
But
you have a
not
burner.
even that part of it, like, what? That's how you're going to evaluate?
I mean,
these are guys you recruited.
What he's saying makes sense. He's saying, are these guys playing above where they should be, or like have you developed them above where they came in at their base skill level?
Self-scouting, yeah.
Yeah. I think what he was trying to say makes sense. He just said it poorly there, and is one of those that probably didn't make sense to put in true quotations.
All right, Ryan, a psychedelic advisor, chimed in off of the Open. He says, I think you guys mean satin boxers when we talked about silk boxers. He said, real silk is expensive, not really used that often. That's probably
yes. They probably were satin, but they were called silks.
Yes,
right.
Yes. Yeah,
like that's what we're getting.
Yes.
At.
Also, off Matt's poll question: do you hate the fans or do you hate the teams more out of Chicago? Bear and BD, that's who was texting in before. Finally gave us his name. It's definitely 20% of the Chicago fans that ruin it for the rest. I don't really have disdain for Cubs or Bears because they haven't ruined anything for my teams in my time. But right now, up there with Buckeye fans, they just do not know how to have a respectful conversation. Then we have Dave in Deerfield chiming in on our Badger conversation. I've said it before, the last good Badger team was the last Rose Bowl team, and those seniors were Gary Anderson's recruiting class. Eric in Green Bay chimes in, Badgers haven't had a 100-yard rusher since last October. Can't blame QB play there. Ryan's got some stats to depress Badger fans, but also from Eric in Green Bay. Badgers question for Jim. Billy Edwards has played only 2 games for the Badgers this year. Given how Fickell mismanaged his injury, is there a chance you see Edwards dragging his feet on his return so he can take a medical red shirt and transfer next year? When you consider how meaningless the game will be and NIL opportunities as a starting QB, even at a lesser school, he has a lot to weigh. That's all true, and I don't think there's any rules anymore for transferring, but I believe Billy Edwards would be, in theory...
Well, if he gets a medical red shirt, then there'd be a reason
so
for
he'd have to
another
take
year.
a medical red shirt? Because other kids
Yes.
last year, UNLV, the guy just stopped playing and just transferred.
Because I believe he still had eligibility left.
So Billy would have to claim medical red shirt.
Yes, because he should have no more eligibility left, and he would have to prove probably that there was some sort of wrongdoing with his injury. Like they put him out there
Which now he
too soon.
can. Like if I'm Billy Edwards, I'm walking away. And I'm trying to do exactly what
I mean,
Eric
you're
said.
probably not going to go pro, so this is your last crack at making money playing a
or
sport.
or even just playing football.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Billy Edwards and I got put out there, got done dirty maybe a little bit by Fickell, even if I'm the one to try to talk more.
Yeah, I was going to say he pushed himself out
but
there too.
Athletes do that all the time.
True. Yeah.
At the end of the day,
it's hard to
you
prove
can't-
medical red shirts is part of the thing too. The
Fair.
NCAA is very strict on.
You think
those.
if Billy Edwards goes to the NCAA and says, "Look, man, I wasn't healthy. My coach put me out there. My knee's messed up. You guys gonna let me play?"
Have you heard of the other things the NCAA has messed up in the past?
The NCAA is horrible. You're right.
That's the thing. It's the NCAA who's granting this
It's
stuff.
not like Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy.
Yeah, that's kind of how the
I
NCAA
declare
operates.
bankruptcy!
That's honestly how the NCAA operates, though.
Yeah.
Michael Scott's basically running the NCAA. But I get your point.
Yeah, they've been depressing for a while.
All right, let's get to some depressing stats.
What's the story? Are you not happy or?
Still to be happy about.
Take that for data.
Beep boop bop bop beep. These are stats to depress people.
Hello, darkness, my
So, guys, I don't know about you, but I was getting pretty down in the dumps during that Badgers football game on Saturday, outside of the Brewers when they were playing. I went better in the first half than any of us were expecting. That's because on that opening drive, as Jim Rutledge mentioned, the Badgers, 12 plays, 75 yards, 4-yard rushing touchdown by Dylan Jones. Guys, Fox Big Noon Kickoff threw this up on the broadcast on the lower third during that play. Said that was their first lead over a Power 4 opponent since November 16th when they went up 13-6 over Oregon in the fourth quarter. Is that crazy to you that they have not led a Power 4 opponent since last November?
I mean, I'm not surprised, which is worse. It's worse.
Yeah? Matt?
No, it doesn't really surprise me right now.
Okay. Well, were you surprised that the defense...
It saddens me, if that helps. Yeah, exactly.
Were you surprised at all that the Badgers defense, which had allowed only 50 rushing yards per game, the fewest in the FBS, gave up 54 rushing yards on Michigan's opening drive, which included a 43-yard carry on the fourth offensive play by Michigan?
the problem with you giving me these stats is my standard has already been battered so low for like this Badgers team. I didn't realize they were doing that well at stopping the run.
I think it's because Bama just threw all over them, right? They didn't really have much of a running game in that one, and their starting running back was hurt. So because of that, they just threw all over the Badgers secondary, which has also been terrible.
I'm actually more surprised that they were through the 4 games and only had given up an average of 50 yards.
Yeah.
I just felt like that was because teams are having so much success throwing against them.
Exactly.
Like, why bother running?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and the 2 cupcake games, which they struggled in anyways, they did do well against the run in those games, I guess. Well, either way, Wisconsin's offensive line, their own rushing game, has not been good at all this year. As Jim mentioned in the previous segment, the Badgers only averaging 109 yards per game on the ground. And by the way, the Badgers offensive line, they did not allow a sack until the final drive of the game against Michigan. But per PFF, and this is from Colton Bartholomew of the Wisconsin State Journal, PFF gave their offensive line a pass blocking grade of 24.2,
I saw this one,
which is the Badgers' worst of the season. He said that Hunter Simmons was getting the ball out just before being hit on almost every throw. He finished 18 of 29 for 177 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 INT. Guys, is the Badgers' offensive line, the deterioration of that unit, the most depressing thing about the Luke Fickell era?
Well, that's something that we used to be able to like hang our hats on. It's like,
it was
you know what?
thing.
The Badgers make running backs, and that's because we make offensive linemen.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
So, yeah, that's disappointing.
I don't know what this team is anymore. It's very depressing. What do we do well?
Stop the run.
No, you don't. Not when teams actually want to run the football, you can't.
They did okay against the Michigan rushing team that's really, really good. I will give them that. They had 175 yards on 34 carries.
So they ran at will.
They ran pretty well. They didn't run at will.
Badger fans would dream to run for 175 yards in a game.
Now, does it surprise you that Bryce Underwood, their quarterback, also had a season high in passing yards, and their number 1 receiver, Donovan McCulley, had a season high in receiving yards?
Doesn't surprise me at all. Badgers are the Dallas Cowboys of defenses right now. Just get right.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And the Badgers are a get-right team because, guys, now Luke Fickell is 15-16, 3 seasons into his tenure with the Badgers. He is now 0-8 against AP top 25 teams. And by the way, they host number 1 Ohio State in 2 weeks, national game, 2:30 p.m. on CBS. And then the week after, they will travel to number 3 Oregon. God, you looking
Do you
forward
think he
to
gets fired after Oregon game?
On the road.
Yeah, but at that point, like, let's assume no more wins, and let's just assume they get their ass kicked by Ohio State and Oregon.
I think Mac's probably a little too proud to fire him. I think he finishes the season.
I think it depends on what happens this week against Iowa. If they get a win against Iowa, that'll
So let's assume no wins.
Not getting a win against Iowa?
Why do you seem surprised? I would be shocked if they did.
I'm not saying that's a surprise. I think as of right now, I'd probably give it a 60-40 in Iowa's favor, assuming neither team's starting quarterback plays. In which case, it would still be, it is currently 351 days since the Badgers last beat a Power 4 opponent. Is when they beat Northwestern at the Baby Field on October 19th.
And then jumped in the lake.
And then, yes, their strength coach, Brady Collins, jumped in the lake.
Yep.
That might have been the peak of the Luke Fickell era, honestly.
Right up there with that opening drive against Michigan. That's pretty sweet.
It sure is.
Ooh, look back fondly on those times.
We also mentioned, really just want to drive a dagger in the heart with this one, guys. We also mentioned how the deterioration of the offensive line has led to the deterioration of the running game. Eric in Green Bay mentioned on the talking text line before, but the last time the Badgers had a 100-yard rusher was Tui Walker in that game that they beat Northwestern at the Baby Field. Tui Walker on Saturday had 14 carries for 89 yards in Cincinnati's upset win against number 14 Iowa State, 38-30.
Keontae Lewis, no, he got hurt, but he's having a good season for Oklahoma.
Yes, he had a bad concussion in their game against Kent State.
Former Badger Keontae Lewis.
Tui Walker, the running back who they let walk, essentially.
Where to?
To Cincinnati.
Ah, nice.
Luke Fickell's former program.
Nice.
Yes, who just pulled off an upset against number 14 Iowa State.
God, what are we doing here? This is the worst season ever. We have so many games left.
Yeah.
Start disco juggling, Jim. Come on.
Yeah. I think you just got to embrace the
Get sad with
juggling.
me.
How are you not, at this point, how are you not nihilistic about this team?
What do you think this whole segment is?
But, it's worse than this. What the hell are we watching for? Because Fickell's going to get fired, and then Who the hell's coming back?
You think he gets fired mid-season?
No, but I'm saying at the end of the season, let's say he gets fired. Who's coming? You can't watch this and be like, I'm excited for Dylan Jones next year. He ain't going to be here.
Oh, God.
Like, there's not even anything to be like, I'm excited for this. Why would you be excited for that? If they're good, someone's going to pluck them. And if they're not good, you don't want them.
Did you hear how much?
Or you can rhyme with pluck them.
Did you hear how much after the game Luke Fickell and some of the coaches were trying to talk up Mason Posa's performance?
He played nice.
He played nice in like I don't know how many snaps. He's like a sophomore who's like a promising young player. All you're doing is setting him up to get a bag in the transfer portal, guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But they're trying to set themselves up. Look at this guy we developed.
I mean, if you don't think you're going to be here next year, you might as well pump your guys' tires.
It's tough. I
mean, seriously, what in God's name are we watching for?
This game against Iowa, I think, is the game where if they do not play even remotely cohesive football and they get blown out again for the second year in a row by one of their rivals on this won't be on a national TV stage. Thankfully, the game is on FS1, not on NBC this time around. But if they get pumped again by one of their rivals, then that's it. Everyone's done with this team. Nobody's tuning in to watch them play live.
Who isn't done with this team right now?
If they beat Iowa, people will start to buy back in. There will be people they will be back to 500. Luke Fickell will be back to 500 in his career with the Badgers. People will start to say, well, maybe Minnesota. Well, maybe if Illinois slips. Well, maybe if Washington comes in off,
Did they not see him play Maryland?
Not many people did because the Brewers game was still on. Yeah. Honestly, not many people were paying attention to that game at the Dirty Bird on Saturday.
Matt, tell us about Leinenkugel's.
Well, the bright spot in this segment is Leinenkugel's has a flavor for every moment, and right now it's October, and I am all about that Oktoberfest. A Marzen-style beer, the Leinenkugel's Oktoberfest has a toasted malt flavor, a subtle, spicy hop notes that make it perfect for celebrating fall in true German fashion. Pairs with brats, spatzel, pork, and soft pretzels, but let's be real, it goes good all the time. Leinenkugel's is made for everybody. It's got a flavor for any moment. Check it out wherever you get delicious beer. And remember, you got to be 21 years or older to enjoy.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 SPN Madison.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
When the leaves start to fall and your roof starts to call, fix it in the fall, fix it in the fall. If your shingle's looking rough and your gutter's full of stuff, get it fixed before it's froze, man. It's time to call the pro. We patch it, we match it, we stop that drip. Free estimates, quick fix. Don't let your roof slip. Your home's your castle. We keep it tight. Call Avondale Roofing. They roof it right. Fall deals dropping it like it's hot. Call Avondale Roofing at 855-819-7663.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by two of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback. I like defensive ends. Hey, I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Mason Post is a true freshman. Thanks, Brett in the Grove. So I thought, I let Ryan talk me out of it. I remember Luke Fickell last Monday talk about how good Mason Post was as a true freshman, and then Ryan out there spreading fake news.
So when you don't correct me in the segment, then it's on just me? It's not on both of us anymore?
No, it's on me for not being authoritative. I thought you said, and I was like, well.
You said it so confidently.
And I wasn't confident. It was just more of one of those like,
I did think that this was his redshirt sophomore season. I apologize. But even then, it just makes him more attractive in the transfer portal.
Yeah, he's leaving regardless.
Yeah, anyways.
844-770.
Don't learn his name. He's not going to be here long, guys.
Yeah, not going to be here. 844-770-3776. That's Carbon Talk text line. List is more. We're going to throw some stones in a second. Craig Counsell moving and shaking now because Aaron Ashby, a lefty, is starting for the Milwaukee Brewers. Justin Turner is now going to lead off for the Brewers and play first base, who is a righty.
He'll lead off for the Cubs.
The Cubs, excuse me, and play first base for the Cubs because he's a righty. And then when Ashby's out, so Turner will probably get one at bat, and then Ashby will then leave, and then Michael Busch come in and play first base, the lefty against Quinn Priester, the righty.
Gotcha.
Wasn't that exciting?
I mean,
that is neat.
That just shows how important managers are, just like making these micro decisions. It's winning in the margins, Jim, that really make the managers game changers.
If there was a sport, this honestly could be our stone, but we have a different one. But if there was a sport that could be managed by AI, I think baseball is the most likely to have it happen.
I think in baseball, being a manager is more about just making decisions that won't lose you the game than will win you the game.
AI can't wear the cool pants.
But there's so much.
That's my biggest beef with managers. Why are you wearing sliding pants? Like, what? No one wants to see a 70-year-old man walk out to the mound and take a ball from a guy wearing the exact same uniform.
Hold on. Matt Hamilton, can you please stand up for the fans on the YouTube stream right now to show us what pants you're wearing today?
Madison YouTube stream. Well, he's shaking his booty.
You got to get a little higher there. Come on, Matt Hamilton. Get on your tippy toes.
He's
there you go.
Shaking his gold behind on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream for those who are not watching. But anyways,
I've got unsolicited compliments from these already.
He did.
Me and Jim walked in together, and there was someone who was literally 20 feet away up the stairs, yells down into the atrium here at the studio, Hey, I love your pants.
Thank you.
Jim can confirm. So
That is true
I
story.
look better in my pants than Pat Murphy looks in his baseball pants.
But here's the thing.
It was egregious behavior.
Here's the thing. Being a manager, you can just like play Halloween every day.
Yeah, for real. It's cosplay
Let's
every
just
day.
be happy no other sport does this. You can see Andy Reid standing on the sidelines. Monday Night
Yeah,
Football
wearing
and,
like pads and it's so silly.
Have you seen that old photo of him in like the pump pass kick league where he's like the kid who's like way taller and bigger than everyone, just wearing full pads? What if he just wore those exact same pads every Sunday?
Yeah, wouldn't that look silly? Any other sport, the coach wearing the exact same outfit as the players looks silly, but in baseball, it's tradition.
You're telling me you wouldn't get a kick out of that if he was wearing that on the sidelines?
Yeah, it'd be a joke.
Yeah.
So why is it not managers aren't jokes for literally dressing the same as their players?
Who is the most like
no other sport
Slavic NBA manager?
Like
sloppy.
Sloppy. Okay. Tom Thibodeau?
Oh yeah, you want to see Tom Thibodeau in a Knicks uniform on the sideline?
Yeah, or like
He's
back in
running
the day,
pickup.
Budenholzer. You want to see Budenholzer wearing shorts and a tank top?
I mean, he basically he's wearing the old white guy equivalent of it. He always looks like he just walked off the golf course.
Yeah, he looked disheveled all the time. I'm just saying, like, can we get over that baseball?
So a couple quick things on this. Maybe this is our stones, but there's a LeBron.
Why don't we just throw to stones right now?
Okay, let's throw stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
So what are we making our stone here, Jim?
We can get to the LeBron thing in a second, but I think I actually, and I'm not about the players, but I actually like the coaches back in the day in the NBA, like in the suits.
Yeah.
Like I miss that swag, that Pat Riley swag.
Or you go way back in the NFL, you got like the pea coat.
Hank Stram, yeah, he was famous for it.
Like Lombardi with the hat, and some of them had like a cigar that they're chewing on the sideline. Like
the NFL, I'm a little bit more.
They're trying to sell merch. I get that, but
Yeah.
let the Brewers managers wear merch.
Yeah, so I like in the NFL, I want them to go back to suits. I mean,
Yeah.
not NFL, I'm sorry, NBA. NBA suits. You're on the sideline, professional line. I like that. I think COVID kind of did away with the suits.
Was it a thing before COVID? I
think
don't
that was
remember
I think
guys
that was
wearing
the-
suits.
I think that was the death nail.
Yeah, probably.
I think there was still kind of like, hey, maybe I wear dress pants and a.
I mean, that was the death
button.
nail for most workplaces, wearing
True.
like truly like
But
business
everything
casual
that goes
attire.
around comes around, and so like I feel like the suit will come back.
Who's
like if I'm
radio
a
guys
coach-
wearing suits?
If I am in I don't mind wearing a suit, but like I did just give away a bunch of suit coats, but that's because I work out at Carbon Health and I just lost a lot of weight. They're just
Yeah.
all too big. But I would say, like, I like that in the NBA. The NFL, I think we need to find some sort of in between. Like Ditka used to wear the sweater vest. A lot of college coaches wore the sweater vest. Like something.
What about polos?
It's a little too
college.
It's a little too.
It's a little too
milquetoast.
collegey.
Yeah, it's just I want a little bit of swag, but like Belichick hoodie thing was gross. He just looked disheveled.
At
all the
least he
time.
had a thing.
Yeah, don't say it was gross. He still wears that
True,
at UNC.
true.
I'll give him that. At least that's like his thing. He created
That's
it.
true.
The sleeveless hoodie, or like not sleeveless, but short sleeve hoodie.
Hey, we all got free sleeveless hoodies from Badgers
Short-
volleyball.
Yeah,
And
and I wore it the other day.
those are sick.
They are.
They're fantastic.
They are.
We
I'm just
love
saying, Belichick just kind of like he made it his own. But I'm with Jim. Let's bring some class back to the sidelines.
Yeah, like the Fickell team thing.
Oh, yeah. Would you rather have him dress like PJ Fleck does, where he's got like the full three-piece suit on the sidelines?
I didn't know PJ Fleck did that. That's like his one redeeming quality, I guess.
Oh, yeah. He goes like full sweater vest. He's got like the tie tucked in perfectly every time.
But that's not a three-piece suit.
It's not a three-piece, but for a college football
I
coach,
like that.
it looks like one.
I like
That's
that
kind of
better
the look.
than
That's kind of the look, though.
wearing
You like that?
a quarter zip pullover.
That's
I would
kind of
prefer
the
it.
in between of suit and looking like you're just going to work out.
Yeah,
I like
or
the-
like you just like walked into the team shop
Yeah.
and took whatever you felt like off the rack.
I like the throwback Barry Alvarez Lou Holtz wearing like the starter jacket, or not the starter jacket, but what's like that pullover kind of starter thing, where it's just got like the three striped sort of neck deal going on it. I don't know what they're called. It's not a starter jacket, but it's There's a term for
Not
it.
a quarter zip?
Not a quarter zip. No.
Not the sweater vest?
Not a sweater vest.
I
No.
have no idea what he's talking about.
I'll have to find a picture and show you guys during the break. You'll know what I mean as soon as I show it to you, but
Okay.
that to me was the look. Like 90s college football aesthetic was perfect.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think the sideline could get dressed up a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to
Totally
be able to
would be.
differentiate the coach from a random fan.
That's true, honestly.
And I want to differentiate the manager from a player.
Yes.
You
Sometimes
can't tell
I can't tell when Pat Murphy walks out there trying to take the ball from the pitcher. I'm like, who's pitching?
Or the ball boy.
Yeah, or the ball boy. Wait, what's up with that, too?
It's not behavior conducive to a winning
Baseball
ball club.
is silly.
Yeah, this is a bunch of cosplayers everywhere.
It's very silly. It's all Peter Pan. Like, it's all overgrown children. This is Jim Matt Mike, presented by Coors Light.
This is Martin Sesaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Every team needs captains and playmakers, and Madison and Dane County Pizza Hut locations are looking for both. They're hiring managers to lead the crew and drivers to deliver big wins and pizzas. Find part-time or full-time roles with flexible hours, plus full benefits for those who work 30 or more hours per week. Whether it's running the huddle or making plays on the road, there's a spot at Pizza Hut for you. Apply today at jobs.pizzahut.com. That's jobs.pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy, unleash the beast.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Yeah, it's over, I'm circling these boxes, got me praying, man, it's hunger. I'm feeling
Brewers baseball coming up next, or not next. Brewers baseball coming up at 7:29. That's the pregame. First pitch at 8:08. Amber and Ian is coming up next. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. Molly Brown is back tomorrow. Primetime will always shine behind the glass. Jack Venturio in for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Hitting leadoff.
It was a weird juxtaposition where Pat Murphy's like, I'm not sure Jack Venturio's alive. And then Jack Venturio's like, I'm fine, I'm playing on Monday. So on Monday. So I don't it was weird. It was a weird.
Some would say it was maybe, lost in translation. Jack Venturio does have a personal translator, by the way.
Right. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. And speaking of winners, we'll talk about teams other than the Badgers. No, so the Badgers, in one of the most apt uniform eras, they decided they're going to wear the Don Morton era uniforms against Iowa.
Classic W?
And to go
no motion?
Yeah, and then to go full experience, they're going to look like the Don Morton Badgers out there versus Iowa. What a bad time to wear the Don Morton era uniforms.
It was a poor decision by everyone involved.
Yeah. Because Don Morton was the bad era of football. They're going to look terrible. And
throwback unis are cool, though.
But they're going to be in the uniforms of their crappiest era.
Fair. That's fair.
I'd say the current uniforms are their crappiest era, possibly.
This most disappointing era. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
James Imaging Systems,